A slew of major developments in a horrific case that stunned the nation. 7-year-old Somer Thompson was brutally murdered in October. Tonight, 4 months later, authorities, as we speak, furiously searching a home just 1 block away from where this little girl was last seen. A law enforcement news conference is expected momentarily. We will bring it to you as it happens. And in fact, we're going to go to it right now. It is beginning. Clay County, Florida Sheriff Rick Bessler and his team speaking.
There. Additionally, other residences in Callahan, Florida, and Lauderdale County, Mississippi, and a vehicle have been searched in connection with this investigation. Earlier today, a search warrant was executed at a residence at 1152 Gano Avenue. Investigators from the Clay County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement conducted a search for evidence in which a suspect has been arrested and charged with 29 counts of possession of child pornography that occurred in Clay County recently. That suspect is identified as Jared Harrell, 24 years of age, who formerly resided at that residence. We are also naming Harrell as a person of interest in connection with the abduction and murder of Somer Thompson. Harrell was arrested today on child pornography charges by federal agents in Meridian, Mississippi. He was arrested without incident and is being held on a $1 million bond on those charges. I cannot comment further about how Harrell may be connected with the Somer Thompson case, as that would require that I discuss and comment on evidence in an ongoing investigation. Throughout this entire investigation, we have been very careful to protect the integrity of our investigation by not releasing details that could be detrimental to the successful outcome of our investigation or the prosecution of the person responsible for this crime. I appreciate the cooperation of the media in that regard. Thank you very much.
Okay, as you hear, they now have a person of interest in little Somer Thompson's tragic death. This Jared Harrell, 24 years of age, and he is being held on $1 million bond. He was arrested today in Meridian, Mississippi, and he's charged with 29 counts. Michelle Sagona, as you listen to this news conference, this is extraordinary. Just the fact of $1 million bond tells you everything you need to know about how seriously law enforcement is considering this person of interest.
You've got that right, Jane. And I also, what I'm trying to figure out at this point is I spoke with one of the neighbors next to this house that was being searched, a woman, Mrs. Cody, and she told me that a family had lived there last year but had moved out. She couldn't remember exactly if they had moved prior to summer when she went missing or just after that point. But it appeared to be a husband and wife, their 2 sons, and possibly a cousin who was living at the home. So I'm going to sort of work on that. But on the other hand, the fact that this person has been charged with 29 counts of child pornography, that they've tracked him to Mississippi, the fact that Clay County, early on in this investigation, after Somer was reported missing, they tracked the garbage out to 50 miles away, out to that Georgia landfill. They were able to dig through that to find her body. These investigators are doing an extremely thorough job in this case. They have from day one. They do have a team called Team Somer that was formed early on, U.S. Marshals, FBI agents, investigators from Clay County, to be able to track down hundreds and hundreds of leads, more than 1,000 leads in this case in the last 4 months since this little girl was murdered.
Now, the child pornography I find absolutely fascinating. And what strikes me, Dr. Dale Archer, clinical psychiatrist, is the fact that this person of interest is 24 years of age. Like perhaps many Americans, when I think of a child predator, for some reason I think of an older male. An older male. Dr. Dale Archer, can you hear me? What do you make of the fact that this person of interest, who's been charged with so many counts of child pornography, being held on $1 million bond tonight, is 24 years old?
Yeah, actually, Jane, though, if you look at the demographics, it's not just the older men that are doing it. This is a lifetime affliction. So this starts in the mid-teen years and then typically escalates. So oftentimes they don't get caught until they're older because the crimes they commit get worse and worse. So they may start with child porn, and then that leads to actually getting victims and starting to act out some of their sick fantasies.
Now, I want to just bring you up to date on this story because it's a complex story, but it's really very simple. There was a horrific murder of a beautiful young child, Somer Thompson, 7 years old, walking home from school with her brothers and sisters. She just made the fatal mistake of just running ahead of them. She disappeared from view and then never seen again, never made it home. Her mother begged for her safe return. Listen to this.
They should know that she's one of the most loving little girls in the whole wide world. She doesn't know a stranger, and if somebody has her, please just bring her home. She's got a twin, and he misses her, and we all miss her, and we just want her to come home okay.
Imagine that mom, and she vowed, we're gonna get you. We're gonna find out who did this. After a frantic 2-day search and no clues, cops, they acted on a hunch. They decided to search this Georgia landfill where the trash from Somer's neighborhood is always dumped. And that's where they found the little girl's body, her tiny legs and her pink sweatsuit sticking out from underneath piles of garbage. Now, police still have not revealed how she died, but they say it was, quote, heinous. Ever since then, her town has been living in fear. A violent child predator has been on the loose. Somer's mom vowed to get justice. Here she is on NBC's Today Show.
We're coming for you.
Are you confident that they'll be able to?
Get you.
Are you confident they'll be able to find your daughter's killer?
I want to be confident, but I was confident that she was going to come home. And she didn't. But I know they're working and doing it, and I have faith in them.
Investigators said they had been waiting on test results from the landfill where little Somer was found. Now, interestingly enough, a bunch of those test results have just come back. And now we have a person of interest in this little girl's murder. There it is. That is the person of interest. We just got this photo in moments ago. Jared Harold, 24 years of age. He lived in the home just a short distance, a stone's throw from where little Somer disappeared. And police have been going through that home, leaving no stone unturned, searching that home. This man arrested in Meridian, Mississippi, on numerous counts of child porn. So he's not even arrested in the same state. He's in another state, Mississippi, arrested on numerous counts of child porn, and he's being held on $1 million bond. Judge Larry Seidlin, what does the $1 million bond tell you?
It tells you that the police think he's the killer. This is the FBI looking at this case. It's one of the best police departments in the world. They don't mess around, the FBI. They dot all their I's and cross all their T's. They put $1 million bond on to signal to the judge, hey, we think this is the guy that killed that little girl. And they don't want to charge him yet with the murder because speedy trial begins to run. They want to line up all the ducks, the FBI, and that's what they're going to do. I compliment the Sheriff's Department for inviting the FBI in to help them with the investigation.
Bradford Cohen, we've been saying they just got the test results from the landfill where the child's body was found. Could that have included DNA? Could that have included some garbage with an address on it? It seems more than coincidental that they get the test results back, and the next thing you know, they're going through this house that was so close to where little Somer disappeared, and now they have a person of interest.
Certainly. I would imagine that it included some sort of DNA or some sort of link back to this individual. And that's why they actually, I'm sure they included that into a probable cause affidavit for a warrant to search this home, which obviously he was not living in anymore. He was living now in Mississippi. So there was a reason why they searched his home. There had to be some sort of probable cause to get the search warrant. That probable cause came from some of the tests that came back on this young child. And I believe that's why they searched his home.
Breaking news happening right here tonight on Issues in the Somer Thompson case.